I mean, it is like just a few days before Christmas, so there's
True.
just not
Very
much
true.
out there right now. But we'll have plenty to catch up on next week.
Hmm.
You guys start recording yet?
I'm already recording. Yeah.
Okay, good. Like
I
as
am
soon
now.
as yeah, okay. As soon as you guys come in, just record. Um, I'm going to record really quick here.
Okay.
Oh man.
Yeah, on Wednesday I noticed I had apparently like accidentally deleted Audacity for some reason. So I went
Okay.
to re-download it and like it didn't like the install window froze.
Mm-hmm.
So I like searched for it on my computer and like found the actual folder where Audacity was, opened up the exe, and now it looks different.
Oh, did they
Yeah,
update it?
it
So
does
I'm
look
not sure if
different
this is
now.
an older version or a newer version, but
Like yeah, I think it was. I think that's the newer version because I updated it recently because I had something on my computer. It's like, oh, this needs to be updated, and I was like, oh, okay.
mhm,
So then I updated it, and now the UI is all different. It's not like
yeah,
different, but just different enough to be like, what's going on?
right. Are they all square blocks for the
Yes, yeah.
like play and pause and stuff? Yeah,
Mhm.
it's weird. I don't know if I like it because I was
No,
trying to go through and like do my my normalize and stuff, and like you
yeah,
have to like double click to select all and then add the effect,
huh?
and it's really annoying.
Hmm.
Um, Dang it! And it's still automatically changing my recording volume too. I thought maybe it would fix that
That's great.
Ah,
because I was peaking on Wednesday and I wanted to stop that, but whatever. New mic soon anyway. I don't care. I won't even have to mess with that. I'll just do all the stuff on the mixer.
it will soon be over. It'll soon all be
Yeah,
over. Move on to bigger and better things.
yeah. I just wish those aux cords would have worked so I could try it out, but because I
Hmm.
realized that like actually the ports on here aren't aux ports. It's the RCA red and white.
Okay.
So like aux cords are stereo
Oh,
cords, so they won't go into RCA.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even
huh.
register that fact. So yeah, it wouldn't have worked anyway. But,
Dang.
I was wondering because like, how are you gonna plug your mixer into your computer?
well, I have two of the fourth inch to 3.5 cords coming in, and you
Hmm.
can basically do from the control room inputs, like the left and right control room inputs, into the line out, I believe. I like had a thing up. I don't remember what it is right now though. And
Hmm.
then the
Hmm.
main mix, like the two for that, go into the line in, um, so that it sends the stuff from the mixer into the computer, and then the sound out of the computer into the mixer. So you can actually control both independently through the dials
Yeah.
rather than having to mess with it all in the computer.
Okay.
Ah, okay.
And it's way
Cool.
better than just a USB interface as far as like the encoding rates and stuff.
Right, right.
But it's just a lot more complicated. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
I wanted to do it this way, but I didn't realize I didn't have any of the stuff I needed for it.
Yeah, that kind of stuff always makes way more sense when I'm looking at like a diagram, and I'm like,
Right.
oh, okay, I get it now.
Yeah. But yeah, it'll work out. I just gotta wait till tomorrow for that stuff, and then
You look
hopefully
so, you look so
it'll all
sad
come in
then.
okay. Hmm?
I said you look so sad just then.
Well, because like I said, I wanted to try out the new audio quality.
Yeah,
I was really
understandable.
excited because like I had the mic plugged in and like I just basically had it dangling from the XLR cord like down here
All
because
ready
I
to
didn't want to
go.
switch everything out yet in case it didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, it looks so cool. Like I have an XLR cord that literally feeds through my arm, so it's
Oh,
really
cool. You have one
clean
of
and
those.
nice and everything. Like it came with it. It's connected.
Uh-huh.
So like it's plugged into the mixer over next to me, and the other part just kind of like it comes out of the top,
Hmm.
and there's like a little maybe foot long cord piece that comes out of here.
Nice.
I have a new pop filter I was waiting to put on it that's like the curved kind that's really nice. Like it was all gonna look so good, but
Mhm.
oh well, one more day.
Soon, soon.
Yeah. Sorry, we can get started.
I don't even know how to start the show anymore because my intro is not gonna work anymore.
We're not.
Best friends talk about the news in gaming.
Save that for the news part.
I know, but like I don't know how to intro the other part.
Best friends talk about the gaming industry.
I don't
We
know.
should all just be looking off camera, and then just be like, "Oh, I didn't see you there. Hi, welcome." No, we shouldn't do that. That was just a.
My name is Val Venus.
It's almost
oh,
like
no.
you've had a week to think about this.
It's almost like I've been living my life day to day for the last year.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually haven't had that luxury, but now I do. It's kind of nice.
Yeah. It's
Um,
nice.
I don't know. Welcome to the show.
Wow. Of all the other options you could have picked, solid. We'll workshop that. You're gonna have to start this now with the "I don't know how to start the show anymore" part, just so that joke makes sense.
Yeah, so welcome to the brand new Charge Shot Gamescast. Each and every
There you
week,
go.
friends gather around and talk about the shit they've been doing.
It'll do.
Lovely.
I don't know if I should go first or not, or if you guys want to go first.
I will say, listeners, send us in your best show intros. We'll just cycle
Yes,
them out week
please.
to week.
Yeah, there we go.
That'll be
That
fine.
sounds good.
Oh,
That's
I
a
thought
great
I was
idea.
Until one
thinking-
works.
I was thinking low. You said you were like gonna mix around with the music mixer. I think maybe you could create a intro for like our new shows.
Oh, yeah. Totally. Yeah, I'll work on something.
Like, that
what
could
kind
be
of
really
sound
cool.
were you trying to go for?
I'd go for, like you said, you were gonna make a hip hop song. I wouldn't mind having
Uh-huh.
some hip hop stuff for this one.
Okay. All right. I'll see what I can come up with.
I was mixing around with
Cool.
it too as well, and I was making like this really weird like rap synth 80s
It's pretty cool, huh?
thing. It was like super cool, and I actually got like a loop that I was making stuck in my head, and I just kept singing it over and over.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, that would be still going when this episode goes live. Everyone grab that software bundle on Humble Bundle right now. It's
oh, yeah,
really
definitely.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot of cool software for like what, $20?
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, $20
It's
is
like
the tier
Music
where
Maker and a bunch of expansions for that. There's some photo editing program stuff in there, but it was like limited license until like the end of next year or something like that. So it's not as good. But if you don't have Photoshop, it's something to play around with and learn.
yeah, yeah,
And then
definitely.
Sony Vegas, like the 2014 Edit Edition, was also in there, which again isn't the newest version, but is still like a $200 video program. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
pretty good.
I already owned
but-
Vegas, so I didn't need that. I just got it for the music stuff.
Nice.
But
Eventually,
yeah.
I'll shift. Right now, like all my Final Fantasy IX stuff is already edited into Premiere, so like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
time soon. But I might start doing some new projects and it.
It's always tricky too, going from one video editing software to another.
Yeah.
'Cause you have to like
Yeah.
relearn everything, like what your
Yeah.
UI
parts
is a little
are.
different functionality. Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've used a bunch of different video programs over the years.
Mm-hmm.
I literally learned how to edit in Premiere.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Same
So I've
here.
been using that for over 10 years now, off and on.
Nice.
And some of the others like Final Cut, Avid, Pinnacle. I don't know if that's still around, but that was
Oh.
one.
Yeah.
A bunch of different things. But I always come back to Premiere for my stuff. Because like Avid I had to use. I worked for the news station and that's what they used there. And it sucks. Apparently it's a good like, Hollywood quality program, but
Mhm.
the edit bays we had were awful and could not run it. And then Final Cut they had at the computer labs at school. So I cut a few like short films and stuff on that.
How's Final Cut? I
Good.
hear it's good.
It's
Yeah.
basically like Premiere on an Apple.
Okay.
It's got some nice effects and stuff. Like it's more of an effect heavy program, but I don't like the UI as much. It's a little more confusing to like cut stuff in and like do the transitions and things like that. But the way you can actually throw on different effects and like keyframe them and stuff is a lot easier. Because Premiere is really limited in that stuff. Like, I was even looking through Vegas briefly, and that actually has more effect stuff than Premiere does.
Huh.
And Premiere's like a multi-$1,000 program. And granted,
Yeah,
like
it's like the industry standard, quote
Right.
unquote.
the new Creative Cloud suite, like you basically can buy effects and stuff piecemeal, and the way all that works is you're supposed to like import your project into After Effects, do all the effects in that, and then put it back into Premiere. But I don't mess with After Effects unless I have to, so I just don't use most of those effects. So yeah, that's kind of how they get away with it. Whereas like Final Cut's more of like an all-in-one. It's kind of like Premiere and After Effects in one thing, but a little simpler. So
all right,
cool.
It's cool if you have Mac.
I just want to do a brief little thing here. The reason I'm looking up into the right is because that's where my monitor is.
Oh yeah,
and
Classy.
That's where I'm recording off of. Is this monitor? While I have the news and stuff in front of me, so I don't have to look up for news.
Cool.
But yeah, you've been playing anything, Justin? Been able to get back into the swing of things?
A little bit, yeah. I jumped into. Listen, I missed last week, so yeah, I haven't talked about Skyrim at all. I think, and I haven't mostly talked about the DLC. I'm trying to remember like what I've played in the last 2 weeks,
Yeah.
And not repeat anything. I jumped a little bit more into the Zelda DLC, and I've heard more about like what's to come in the future, and it sounds like it's going to get better. But I've decided I don't really like it.
Shocker.
Like, there's some cool stuff in there, like some cool ideas, but I'm still in the very beginning part where you have like a new weapon that's basically a one-hit everything. So it's like if you take one hit, you die. Anything that gets hit by this weapon dies in one hit. So it's like it's a cool idea, and it kind of reminds me of like that the island where you like lose everything and have to gain it all back. But it's so cheap because you basically go through 4 different points and have to like beat all the enemies in that area to open up the shrine of that area, and then you go through the whole shrine without taking a hit. But it's some like really annoying kind of puzzle type shrines where like the one I'm stuck on, and I think I'm just gonna like not play until I go home for Christmas and have my brother beat it for me because I don't care anymore. And he's past that point, so I figure he can do it. But yeah, the one I'm stuck on is like it's basically a trial. So it's like you use your different powers. Like at one point you have to like move the magnesis blocks around over spikes to get across the spikes, and then you go into the next room and you're just like running like around like some cogs that have spikes around them, and you like have to run under these treadmills with spikes on either side. And if you like move too far in one direction, you just hit the spikes and die. And then you have to get past some spike balls that are swinging across your path. And then after that, you like step on a switch and a spike wall starts coming out after you, and you have to like run down this hallway to get to the end. But other like spike blocks are shooting out to block your path, so you have to like carefully walk around them. But like the collision detection on these spike blocks is so sensitive, and like there's no like hugging the wall, the side or anything, because it's so easy just to fall off the platform. And so like I can go through the rest of it pretty quickly and easily, but then I get to that point and keep falling off or like just barely nudging a spike and dying instantly. And so it's like I'm just constantly over and over again doing this same like minute or 2 long section just to die as soon as I get past it, and it's just not fun. Like I know what they're trying to do, and I feel like it would be a really cool shrine if I didn't just die in one hit.
Yeah.
But because of the trial and error aspect of it, like there's no checkpoint in there or anything. I beat the other 3 in that area, and they were varying degrees of fun. But like, for the shrines, like having to beat all the enemies around them is actually pretty cool. It's also annoying because again, you can die in one hit, and like there's things that shoot arrows at you or like spit at you, or sometimes it's just like a cheap hit, but you didn't block it, things like that. But there's at least like an element of getting better every time. Like you learn the tactics, like how best to take them out. Up in the snow mountains, where like I kept running in and getting killed immediately because of all like they would like freeze me or something like that. And so I figured out I can like climb up the mountain and kind of like dive bomb them, like get a surprise attack. So there's one that's like the hardest, like the silver monster, like the ones that are the hardest to hit or whatever, top tier. Shot an ice arrow down at him to freeze him, and then like glided down, glided.
Past tense
I don't know
glide?
the past tense of glide.
I don't either.
Whatever. I glided down, And like as I was landing, I went slow-mo with the bow and shot a fire arrow at this ice wizard, which again kills them in one hit because they just and then landed, hit the frozen hard guy and killed him in one hit, and then took out all the weaker ones. So it's like after 5 or 10 tries, like I figured out kind of the order that you really need to beat things in order to like take them out as quick and easy as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was actually really fun to figure out. But then you get into the shrines, and like there really is no way to figure out how to do it better because there's only one way to do the shrines. So it's just annoying. But supposedly after you do that part, it opens up a lot more. You don't have to, you don't have to do it all in one hit, all this stuff. Like there's going to be another divine beast, like the dungeon, things like that. So like I'm excited to get to that stuff. I just feel like it was kind of a misstep in having the first thing you do in the DLC be this like annoying, one-hit kill trial on the main place. But the cool thing about the DLC is I didn't really think about this when I started it because, I beat the game months ago. But this is the first time when they can actually make things like more difficult than you would be able to do at the beginning of the game. Because the DLC doesn't actually unlock until you beat all 4 divine beasts. You don't have to like beat the game or anything because that's kind of just a save state point. You can't do anything after you beat the game. Yeah, so essentially once you beat all 4 divine beasts, like if you haven't yet when you get the DLC, you do that, and then like you get a message from Zelda saying like, you're needed for something that whatever. I wasn't actually listening when that happened because I didn't have the audio up when I started it. But yeah, she basically tells you have to go back to the Shrine of Resurrection on the beginning island. And so because you can't do that stuff until you beat all 4 divine beasts, they can actually ramp up the difficulty exponentially because, this is the first time you can't just like start the game and run to that place. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think that's why it's so difficult. But also, like, that kind of sucks that it came out like months after the game released because I'm probably not the only one that, played it like crazy the first few months and then put it down in favor of other games. And now I'm coming back like 8 months later and I'm like, whoa, learning curve.
Yeah.
Let's slow down a little bit. So yeah, it's taken a little bit to get back into, but it is fun. I just wish those shrines were a little less unforgiving, or a little more forgiving, I guess. And then I mentioned last time I was on here that I was going to be getting Skyrim like that night, so I've had that for about 2 weeks now. It's Skyrim. Like, I hadn't played it in like 6 years, so it's a lot of fun to be back into. I haven't noticed a lot of the weird glitches and stuff that some people have claimed are in the Switch version. But yeah, it's Skyrim. It looks a little prettier. It doesn't have some of like the dynamic lighting and stuff that the other versions have, but the textures are noticeably improved. The shadows, things like that. One of the first things I did was scan in like all of my amiibo. Because if you scan in specifically Zelda ones, you have like a percentage chance of getting like the hero's tunic, the Master Sword, Hylian Shield, those kind of things. And so like I basically scanned through until I got all of those, and then just started going for a while because you get kind of random drops like arrows, bows, food, like other kind of treasure type things. So I got a bunch of that stuff, and I was like, okay, I'm ready to start the game. So like I had my champion's tunic on, which is kind of weird because it's one armor piece. So it has like 47 armor rating or something like that. But you take off everything else. So like it acts as like your shirt, your like armor, your arms, your pants, and I think actually your shoes, because you basically have like the entire like Link tunic and everything on. So like you can still have a different helmet, but everything else is just that. So like it sounds like it's really good because it's 47 armor, but if you think like just a few, like the studded leather combo is better, and you get the studded leather stuff like pretty early in the game. So like this stuff is far from broken. The Master Sword I think is like a 16 strength or something like that.
Yeah.
Again, not super great, but pretty cool early on just to have that one thing that's a one-handed. So I've been going through the game with the Master Sword and a spell in the other hand.
Nice.
Yeah, that game's still fun. I like it a lot. It is a little weird to play on the Switch though, because like I took Brooke to a doctor's appointment on Monday. Like I left work early and took her to a doctor's appointment, and so I was playing that in the lobby, waiting for her to come out. But like it's such a voice heavy game I had to turn subtitles on. So like I'm sitting there like playing this game in silence, like reading the screen, and I'm like, this doesn't feel like Skyrim. It's weird. But it was also kind of a great novelty just to have it, on the go like that. Although loading times can be a little ridiculous when you're just sitting there waiting to play the game more.
Oh yeah.
They're not as bad as they were on the old systems, I'd say, but it's still like in a handheld, you don't really want loading times, so it's kind of jarring. I haven't played too much else. We did a little bit more Destiny 2, just some strikes and things like that. Trying to get my light level a little closer to the cap for when I get the DLC, I assume on Christmas. But I'll
It's
play
the
more to report.
dawning now.
Yeah, I need to go in there and throw some snowballs, but there's no time right now because tomorrow I'm going home for Christmas.
Oh, buddy, there is only time for Destiny in my life.
What did you say 2 weeks ago that you were done? Was that you're giving up on it?
It is now my life.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, keep
can't
going.
run fast enough.
I'll wait for my turn to
Can't
talk
get away.
about
Yeah.
Destiny.
Yeah, that game's still fun. I just like it's short bursts like every now and then. But I got to play with one of my brothers, well, my brother's friends. He's basically my brother. I've known him for like 18 years. My friend's brother, that's what I was trying to say, joined us last time we played, and that was pretty cool because I hadn't got to play with him yet. And we tried to get him to join our clan. He still might, but we need more people in our clan.
Yes.
So if you guys are out there, your listeners, and you want to play some Destiny 2, join our Charge Shot clan.
You need to have it for the PC.
Yes, on PC. Sorry, forgot to mention that. Because there's like 6 of us, I think, but we usually all play together, so we actually stay, around level 2 or 3 until the season resets.
I play every night. My dad plays every night. My other friend plays like every 2 days.
Yeah, so we got a good clan. It needs to be bigger. Yeah, that's mostly it. I played a few of the Switch demos, like Nine Parchments and Lost Sphere. I'll briefly talk about Lost Sphere just because that's the one that's from the Ai and Setsuna developers. And it looks exactly the same. It plays kind of similarly. It has almost like a Final Fantasy VI feel because you can put on like these big mech suits.
Is that out?
No, it's just a demo.
Oh, okay. I was confused there for a second.
Yeah. And the demo's kind of jarring because it just throws you randomly into a thing.
Okay.
Like it's like some point in the game, and like it starts with like dialogue between characters, but it's not really explaining anything. It's like, you already know this world, right? Here's a dialogue in the middle of the game, and then, like you're into it. So that was a little weird, but it plays well. It's just I don't know. It's not my style of RPG. I think
RPGs are always so hard to demo though, because if you do it at the beginning, there's like a lot of like text you have to go through, and you're weak.
Yeah. But like the way it plays is kind of more action based. Like I Am Setsuna was definitely based on Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
Like very obviously. This one feels more like almost a Tales game. Because you actually have like full range of motion and battle, but you're still controlling every character. So basically like it shifts to a character and then you choose like what action you want them to do, and most of the actions have different like ranges of attack, which is really cool. So you can like run up to an enemy and kind of see like what that attack would hit. So if there's enemies in a line, you can like run up to the enemies in a line and like scroll through to figure out like what range will fit all of those enemies into it.
Okay.
Use that attack, and then like suddenly you're stuck there next to them. So obviously you don't want to keep all your party members together because they also have range of motion attacks. But that's kind of a cool aspect. But you can only move the person that you're controlling at that time. So it's not so much like Tales where you're only controlling one person and it's constant movement. This is kind of more like turn-based movement, if that makes sense. But it works. Like it's a really creative, like unique style. And I like the battle system a lot. But outside of battle, it feels kind of generic. Like that art style from I'm Setsuna doesn't really do much. It's okay, but whatever. And like I said, there's kind of a mech suit element to it that literally looks like the Magitech armor from Final Fantasy VI. And when you turn that on, it actually changes how you act in battle. But you can only use it for so long. You have like points, like kind of a stamina bar almost. And every action you do, like it depletes that stamina bar, and then when it ends, you go out of it and have to like build that back up. But you have to use it in the field to like break rocks and things like that that impede your progress. So it almost feels almost like a kind of a Golden Sun where it's like, you know, you can use some of your attacks outside of battle to like solve puzzles and stuff. So there's some cool stuff in there, but it somehow it still felt generic. I don't know, but it's good for some people, I'm sure. Like if you liked I Am Setsuna, you'll probably like this. If you like kind of more active turn battle systems, you'll probably like this. But I think it's the art style that gets to me. It's so bland and just looks very like last gen, simple kind of. I don't know, but yeah, I didn't play too much of it. Just kind of long enough to get a feel for it, so I could talk about it here because I wanted something new to talk about. But other than that, I was just playing a bunch of stuff for a video that'll be coming out in the future. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, Lo, what have you been up to?
I actually got into Skyrim a little bit myself. Ended up just taking screenshots the whole time.
Of course.
As
Your gaming. Like
yeah, I'm still on the same character because with the special edition, I had to start over, of course. So my character is still at level I'm at level 3. Let's just put it that way. Like I'll fight stuff if I have to. If it's like if a wolf comes out of nowhere and tries like, I'm like, I'll screw you, just kill you. So I'm still at level 3. So I'm just cruising around taking screenshots.
That should be a category for Game of the Year stuff. It's like the best screenshotting game or the best game for screenshotting.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Mario Odyssey, hands down.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Horizon's really good.
I'm excited to hopefully get that.
Yeah. For sure.
But no, like the worst part of Skyrim is the combat, so I don't blame you for avoiding fights, but unless you have to.
And I'll roll around with the bow and arrow too, so I don't have to like take them like head on. So I'll just like arch them. If I see someone off in the distance, I'll try. So my sneak is probably pretty high right now. And then my archery is probably pretty high. That's it. So,
but also what's cool about the game is like you can raise levels without having to fight because like everything you do like raises your experience.
Yeah. So that's one nice thing about it. So I did start a companion quest though, like one of the first ones. So hopefully I'll finish that and get some screenshots along the way too. So other than that, I did play a little bit of Dragon's Dogma randomly because whenever I play Skyrim, I end up playing Dragon's Dogma a little bit too. Just I don't know why, but it's a fun game. Still fun. I wish there was more to it. I wish I had more content and stuff like that. But let's see. What else have I played this week? Not much else. I just did my obligatory kind of sign in Fortnite just to get my daily bonuses and my sign in stuff. That's pretty much it.
Do those matter if you don't actually play the game?
What's that?
Do those matter if you don't actually play the game?
Oh, I don't know. Well, here's the reason I haven't been playing is the game's been just so buggy lately because they've been adding all this new stuff and then it just like breaks everything. And then I'm just like I did this whole mission and then like the game crashed and then like so then I rebooted the game and it's like, oh, the game's still going. Do you want to rejoin? And then I'm like, yeah, rejoin the game. It's like, oh, sorry, the mission's over. You don't get anything for participating in this mission. It's like, all right, well, I'll just wait until they fix this. It's an early access anyway, so I kind of expect this kind of crap. So.
Good old games as service.
Oh yeah. But when it works, it's a lot of fun. So it just hasn't been working that much lately. So I haven't been having any fun. So I haven't been playing it that much. Let's see. There was this other game I've been playing, which is it's called Overload. It's from the people who made this game. It's an old game called Descent. It's like a first-person shooter, but it's kind of like you're in a spaceship. So you kind of like. It's almost like basically it's a first person shooter if you can move anywhere and do anything. You can just like it's literally you can just like do all this 360-degree like turning and stuff like that. And really cool game, but like the control scheme can be a little much, especially if you're not used to it. But I used to play it a lot back in the day. And yeah, so there's this new game that they're working on. It's early access. It was like $20 or $30 or something like that. So I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I'll give it a shot. It's actually a lot of fun. It's pretty much Descent, just not with all the branding and stuff like that. It
looks very much like Descent. It looks like this looks like what
are you familiar with it?
Reminds me of.
They even have like the little claw dudes that like rush you from out of the shadows with the red eyes and stuff. Yeah. It's pretty much that, just not branded as Descent. So really fun game. It has single player and has multiplayer too. I haven't tried any of the multiplayer. I've just been playing the single player stuff.
Is the single player stuff just like bots, like arena bots?
Yeah, it's bots. You have like a mission. It's like you have to like you have to like go in, you have to like find like access key A, get in through that door, find access key B, get in
Okay.
through that door,
So-
blow up the reactor, and then get
So
to
like
the
a
exit.
like a
basically.
3D shooter from like the N64 era.
Pretty much, yeah. And then like
Keycards and-
it's kind of interesting because like
Yeah.
on the way there's all these like twists and turns you take, so you have to remember where the exit is and how to get there because you have like 30 seconds to get out
Yeah.
once you blow up this reactor thing. And I still haven't beaten the first level. It's a lot more challenging than the old game, but it's a lot of fun though. So
It's 25% off right now. Steam Winter Sale.
yeah, that's why I picked it up. Cool game.
That
Cool
sale.
game.
Luckily, there's nothing like I really want that's on like a super good price on the sale right now. But man, that sale, it's so tempting.
Literally
A lot of the time when there's sales, I end up buying stuff I never would buy otherwise, just because it's cheap. It's like, oh, it's $5, okay, and then I just never play
Right.
it.
Well, yeah, usually I'll put like a lot of the indie games on my wish list and just wait until a sale happens because they're the ones that'll go down to like $3 or $4.
Yeah,
But-
yeah.
I don't know. There's so many games I have right now that I haven't played yet, so like I don't see the point in getting new ones when I could wait for the next sale when they'll be cheaper.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it for me, though.
GTA 5 is still kind of tempting though because I want to play that with you guys, but I've also already owned it 3 times, so I still
That's
own it
quite a
actually
bit.
on PS4.
It's a lot of
There's a couple things I might get, but I have to wait to get paid first. So,
Yeah.
guess that just leaves me. So I'll save Destiny for a little bit later, but I've been playing Mario. Finally finished it. Saw the credits, and I was so confused
game.
by what you meant by like "fuck the moon" because the first time I'm on the moon, I'm like, this is great. This is
The
amazing.
phone is awesome at first,
Yeah.
and then it betrays me. It's lunch money.
So I'll have to
That
see
damn
what you
moon.
mean by like "fuck the moon." Because yeah, that was such a great ending. Like the other song, I didn't even know that was in there.
hmm
The-
And it's such a good song.
Oh my god! And there's like I won't spoil it, but like there's a really great moment where you possess something, and it's really cool.
Capture.
Capture.
It's called Capture.
Oh, whatever. Possess, capture, same thing.
Nintendo is very adamant that
Okay,
it's
sure.
not possession.
It's okay. So what do you think happens when Mario possesses a creature? Because the first time you see him do
Capture.
it, he goes inside and there's like a blank space, and there's like a couple memories that just whiz by, and then all of a sudden you're the thing.
I think, like, there's it's been established before that Mario is basically liquid, because of things like he like in Mario Sunshine,
Okay,
when he goes
yeah.
into a painting, he like and like goes right into the painting.
Okay.
That was a gross noise I just made. But so like I think this is basically one of those cases where like he kind of like he becomes like ethereal, like it goes inside of the cap, and then like the cap like mind controls the thing.
Okay.
So Mario is basically just his mustache. Like he like transforms into his mustache, smacks himself onto whatever he's capturing, and then the cap mind controls it.
So is the cap mind controlling Mario then?
I mean,
Maybe it's kind of like a Power Ranger sort of thing where they both have some degree of control.
yeah.
Or wait, are we
Together?
the
I don't-
cap? Are we mind controlling Mario?
I mean, aren't we always mind controlling Mario when we play his games?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's true.
Anyways, I just wanted to pose that question because it's interesting to think about.
I think it's more like Pacific Rim. Like Mario and the cap have to work in perfect tandem
There you
to
go. I like that.
to make the creature do what they want. They're in the drift.
Oh, okay.
I like that theory.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got to play that. I played the level after the moon, and oh boy, like I wasn't expecting that at all. It was
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Super cool. Like there's so many references on that level alone that like references old Mario games, and it's great.
Did you get the costume?
Which costume? The Luigi one, or
No.
which
I don't
one?
want to say which one unless you got it.
I don't know which one it is because there's like I visited the store and I saw what was in there, but I got the Luigi one.
Okay, then I don't think you got the one I was talking about.
Okay, all right. I'll
But It's cool because like you need it to get into a secret room.
Okay.
But it's really cool.
Okay.
Is the point.
So yeah, I played more Mario. I need to play some more of that. But my life has been taken over by Destiny for the last week or two. It's just been like the perfect game to play while also watching wrestling. Because it just gives you like your weekly things to do, right? And you just go off and you shoot a bunch of dudes, like you collect a bunch of things, hand it in, get more powerful gear. While I'm also watching like 1998 wrestling, where like Stone Cold is beating up Vince McMahon, and it's pretty great.
I judge your life choices.
I recently realized that each character has its own clan XP, so I've been leveling up the clan by playing all 3 characters every week, and leveling up our clan.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
I assumed it went by the account.
No, it goes by the character.
Huh.
Huh.
So it's pretty cool.
Cool.
I've been doing that. We're almost level 2, by the way. So
Nice. How long does the season go?
I don't know how long a season is. Maybe it's between DLCs. I'm not sure.
Okay. Because like I said, I'll hop back in like after the holidays. I just haven't had time this week.
Also, it's a game my dad plays almost every day. So like it's like I get to spend some time with my dad, get to watch some wrestling, get to play some Destiny. I've been doing the grind for the Mercury, the Curse of Osiris stuff. It's a hell of a grind. It's really bad. Like if you like the first Destiny grind, you might like this, because you have to get these parts of keys to make a key to unlock a box, but there's 2 different types of keys. So so depending on what the box requires, you have to get the parts of the keys. So I had like one box required 2 keys of each one, and that's basically like 40 pieces of a key that you have to collect, and you only get them like 1 at a time or 2 at a time. Very rarely you'll actually get like 1 whole key if you do a strike or something. So it's a really bad grind, but I've just been doing it because I'm stuck on that loop.
You're stuck in the loop.
I'm stuck
Can't
in the
run
loop.
fast enough. Can't get out. Gotta run faster, Barry.
Yeah. If only someone gave me a pep talk. So
You
yeah,
can do it, Barry. You're the fastest man
I've been doing that. The dawning the winter event has arrived, and
That's not a good name for a winter event, by the way.
the dawning.
Yeah.
Well,
The dawning of what?
It's the dawning of the light. That whole game has terrible biblical references to bullshit.
The light.
That's
The light and the darkness. So yeah,
light.
the dawning is, I think, so they make you do some things. They brought in this new game mode for PvP called Mayhem, and essentially what that is that it recharges all of your abilities and your super quickly, as well as the heavy ammo. So it's just non-stop constant hunters shooting that ability that can just suck people in and like hold them there while they shoot at them. And like if you try to play any other class, it's over. Like you can't do anything. It's so broken.
Oh boy, sounds like fun.
Yeah, this is like it's terrible. I have a friend who's like super into the PvP now, and he has all the PvP gear. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a man of the Crucible." So we went to go play that, and he's like, "This is absolutely terrible. I don't know why anyone would want to play this mode."
the grind, basically.
Yeah, the grind. The actual like every day you actually get new schematics for a gift for one of the people in the Destiny world. So I've been grinding that out. It's usually like one easy thing, like kill 50 enemies on this planet, and then it's one bullshit thing where it's like collect 50 dust spores, and you have to go around and collect those. But it's not the actual collection. It's not the actual thing that you get. It's the rare version of that thing that you get. So it's such bullshit. You just spend like 30 minutes running around a planet trying to get some crap for your gift. But I'm stuck in it. Like
Can't run fast enough.
I have the new Wolfenstein game. I haven't touched that at all. I have a bunch of games I want to play, but like the Destiny, like it's so. I've been looking for that game that just I do something on the side as well as this. Like I'm like, oh, I want to watch some wrestling, but I also want to play a game, and like Destiny's the perfect game for that. It used to be Assassin's Creed, but like the way I have my setup now, it's Destiny. And I'm stuck.
It's just easier when things are on PC. Like you just have the screen set up and everything. Yeah. Because I used to I would go out in the living room and like play something on the Wii U or PS4, whatever was out there at the time, and like have my laptop up like on a like table in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
So like have videos or something on the laptop, and then the TV. Like it was awkward. Whereas here, you're like two monitors in front of me. It's really convenient.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
But I'm shifting more to PC also.
It's really good. I'm getting the new weapons. I got the new submachine gun. The scout rifle is really awesome.
Scout rifles are fun.
My character looks so badass now. I don't know if Justin has seen it, but I got that helmet. I don't know if you know it. Did you see it? Guess
I haven't been on in like a week.
Okay, so you guys need to log in so I can show you my cool ass gear.
It's gonna change soon anyway.
It's so badass. I found out how to like make the helmets appear while you're walking around the tower. So like
nice.
the helmet I have is really stupid. It's like a whole metal capsule, and then there's just like spikes coming out of the helmet.
Wow,
it's pretty great.
I like my character's head more than the helmet, so I don't want to put it on.
Oh man, Zur is selling those exotics now. That's where I actually got that from. Exotics you don't already own, so I've started buying that. You only get those once a week, so if I could, I'd just buy them all the time.
I mean, yeah, that'd be kind of broken.
So yeah, it's my Destiny playing. It's literally my life is Destiny.
You are
Yeah.
Destiny's child?
Yes, I am Destiny's child.
I see what you did.
All right. So that's it for video games. Did you guys want to plug your stuff before we head on into the next show?
Sure. Yeah, I didn't know if we had a topic or not. I couldn't honestly think of anything.
I don't know. You want to talk about anything?
Just no. I mean, there's nothing really in the news that we could expand upon, so I guess.
Did we talk about Christmas video games yet or no? I think we did.
What do you mean?
Like games like you know how there's Christmas movies, Christmas games.
Start talking about it, and I'll figure it out.
I think we might have talked about it before. There was one game that I said that was a Christmas game, like indefinitely, but I can't remember what that is right now. The Halloween game. What's that Halloween game where you run around and you knock on doors and you go say trick or treat?
Costume
That's not a
Quest?
Christmas game.
Costume Quest. They had a Christmas version of that where you go around knock on. I don't know. I never played it,
Huh.
but it was like a Christmas themed one. Jacob was talking about it when he was on here.
Interesting.
I guess like Stardew would count because there's like the holiday event there, stuff like that.
I just think of like snow levels in games. Like I did a video a while back that was like the best like winter wonderlands in gaming. Just like the ones that give you that feeling of Christmas.
Oh yeah.
But I can't think. The only thing I can think of that's like actually like a Christmas themed level in a game is Banjo-Kazooie, with like the Christmas Town one. And then of course, well, I guess Kingdom Hearts has the the Halloween Town stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I can't think of any just like Christmas games. Oh, that cleanup thing.
Oh yeah.
Viscera
Like the elves
cleaner?
cleanup or whatever.
Visceral.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Where you clean up after
yeah.
Santa after he goes on a mayhem.
Yeah, that one's dark though.
It's tough because
Secrets of Bravia has a Christmas kind of area, doesn't it?
Yes, is that actually Christmas or is it just wintry? Oh yeah, you talk to Santa.
Yeah, that's right. And he's odd, inexplicably skinny for some reason. Like him in the face region. And then like we fight like some big toy making machine, and there was like you had to reroute the train in order to do extra damage.
Right, that's
Pretty
actually
cool
pretty
level.
cool. I like that one a
That was
lot.
really fun. Yeah, I wonder if they've added any more content to that game yet. Because I remember it's, if I remember correctly, it's early access still.
Yeah, we kind of like we got to the end of it, I think.
Yeah, like yeah, because I remember there was one part of the map. It's like you try to go down, and it's like, oh, well, this hasn't been added to the game yet, and then your character automatically just goes back to like the
Yeah.
main kind of
'Cause
areas.
they have like
I wonder-
3 or 4 dungeons in the game right now, I think, and like going down is like where the fifth one would be or something like that. I don't remember exactly.
right. Huh? Yeah, that might be worth checking out. That's a cool game to play multiplayer with for sure.
It is. You need to hop back into that sometime. It's basically
Yeah.
like multiplayer Secret of Mana, which was already multiplayer, just like not online.
Yeah, yeah. I love all the different moves you have in that game too. Just you can just kind of like mix and match all the stuff and just kind of like make your own sort of like build, I guess you can say. So,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
cool game. I totally
And
forgot.
like there's some good like snow levels in Mario 64.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing specifically Christmassy.
Yeah, it's hard to think. They don't really do Christmas all that often in gaming.
Yeah.
Like I'm playing through Dead Rising 4 a little bit. Not too much. The PC version seems kind of broken. The frame rate's all over the place, and control-wise, it's awful. But it takes place during Christmas, so there's Christmas stuff everywhere.
Well, that kind of makes sense given the context of the game.
Yeah, consumerism.
Yeah.
I think the first Christmas game I played was probably Elf Bowling, and I played that like every year.
Yeah.
It was really bad. It was like a flash game for the PC, the one I had.
It was like a browser game.
Yeah,
Huh.
I think they came out with a Wii version like eventually.
Yeah, and they like had it in stores. Like it was on shelves, I think. It was awkward. It was like $20 for Elf Bowling.
I wouldn't pay any amount of money for Elf Bowling.
Yeah, just like Google Christmas games. Oh wait, Christmas video games.
Drink the
Just pulled up a
eggnog.
bunch of like card games and stuff. Days Before Christmas. That was one. That's like super janky. Like you play as Santa, I think, and like it's a terrible platformer where like a lot of the platforms don't even like.
Oh yeah,
Work.
this thing.
Yeah, I've seen that like played on channels that do bad games. There's apparently a Christmas version of Nights. Weirdly enough.
Christmas nights into dreams.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. That was a thing, huh? Yeah.
There were a few just like Nightmare Before Christmas games, which technically counts.
Oh yeah,
Let's
there's the
see.
Hitman stuff that came out last year, where you can
That's
there's like a
right.
Santa suit that you can dress up in and
Um,
murder people.
oh, there was a Christmas expansion for the Escapists. That's fun.
Huh.
Costume Quest Grubbins on Ice. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah,
Oh, there it is.
I never played that.
Looks like it's DLC.
Yep.
Batman Arkham Origins
It takes place
takes
at
place on
Christmas.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
about as much of a
right.
Christmas movie as Die Hard is.
So it is then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've thought about playing that one. Like I've heard it's the weakest of all of them, but I hated Arkham Knight, so I figure it can't be worse than that.
It can't be worse
I-
than
yeah.
Arkham Knight. I don't remember anything from it though, so that's
Because I love Deathstroke. Like he's the main guy in it, right?
Wait, this is Origins we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
thought that
Yeah,
was
I heard that
Black
one was
Mass.
the best one.
Was Black Mask Origins or was Black Mask Arkham Knight?
I think Black Mask was Blackgate.
Blackgate. I don't know. I thought it was Arkham Knight maybe.
It doesn't say in this thing. Where's like just the
We're probably looking at the
Listing for the
exact
game.
same article because it has everything that you're saying.
Oh dang, it's $5 right now. Maybe I will just grab it. I mean, that. We've got Deathstroke is in it,
Okay.
but I think Black Mask is both.
All right.
Because I just remember people saying like the Deathstroke fight in this game is like the best of the whole series,
Mm.
and like that sounds like enough to me.
Yeah.
Let's see. There was a Saints Row 4 Christmas expansion.
Oh, the Saint Save Christmas or something like that.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. I'm not even sure. Do I have that? I might have that.
And then an expansion pack for Duke Nukem 3D called Nuclear Winter,
Are you on a quest
which
to save
I've never heard
Santa?
of.
Sounds like something
Sure.
Duke would do. Santa's in trouble. We have to kick some ass, alien butt.
It shows him shooting Frosty, so take that with you.
Sounds like something he'd do.
There's also a holiday version of Jazz Jackrabbit.
Oh yes, I remember that.
I don't remember
game.
Jazz Jackrabbit at all.
Oh, you don't?
No.
And this is something I never knew and need to confirm. This says that Donkey Kong Country 3 had a secret mode where if you type Mary into the file selection screen, you'll turn the game into a Christmas version of it. So all of the bonus levels have Christmas music, and you collect bells and presents instead of stars and bananas.
What?
Huh.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Oh, and then there's the Garbage Home Alone game.
Yeah.
Which is
Animal
also
Crossing.
Yeah, I mean,
technically.
like, there's lots of Home Alone games.
Yeah.
Animal Crossing, if you set the date to Christmas.
Sure. I'll take it. It goes with Star.
I gotta look out this secret here, because I've never heard of that. Oh yeah, they're like little ornaments. And
Oh, yeah.
let's see,
I
I'm
see
just
that.
getting like pictures of it.
I'm just watching a video of it, so.
Because I mean, they're like actually one of the things I put in that holiday video was the snow world in Donkey Kong Country 3. So it'd actually be kind of cool to see that like all holidayed up. I wish I would have known about that before I recorded the footage for that. But that's an interesting one.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah,
Very interesting.
but that's pretty much it, I guess. But there's a surprising amount of like holiday themed games. That was kind of fun, actually.
Yeah.
All right, you guys want to plug your stuff, and then we'll head on into the news?
Sure. I'm at Zero Score on all the places, like Twitch, YouTube, Twitter. That's actually pretty much it now. I haven't done it in a few weeks, so I'll just go ahead and say the honeymoon videos will be completed by the time this goes up. I'll have a playlist of all 4 of those, just if you want to watch, all of it together. I know some people have been kind of missing it because they don't want to like go week to week. And then both parts of my underrated GameCubes list are out. Had a lot of fun with that. My friend Metal Blade, friend of the show, Metal Blade, guest starred in the second part. That was pretty cool. And Final Fantasy IX starts in like a month. So that's exciting.
Oh,
I want to get a trailer out, start beginning of the year. I've been going through at least all the main cast members and hey, I need your stuff specifically. Because there's a few people that haven't gotten their stuff in yet, but they're not going to be in the trailer anyway. But I definitely need the main cast members and the main villains. So hopefully I'll be able to get that done this next week, and have it up at the very beginning of the year. But we'll see how that works. So yeah, that's it.
No.
You guys can find me on Twitter at Near the Hero, N3R0, THEH3R0. You can also find me on YouTube, Near the Hero, all with letters. And of course, as always, you can find me here on Charge Shot with these fine gentlemen.
And you can find me, your host Thomas, on Twitter at CSG Thomas on Twitter. You can also find us all here at chargeshot.com. You can also email me, Thomas at chargeshot.com. It's pretty cool. I'm getting some emails in for codes and stuff. So
Nice.
Awesome.
the email address seems to be working.
We'll get back into all that content stuff in 2018. It's just life kind of got ahead of us.
Yeah.
This is a side project after all.
Right.
So yeah, let's do the next show.
Cool outro.
Hello,
Do you want
everyone.
another
Welcome
audio
to the
file?
Charge Shot Gamescast. Each every week, best friends gather around to talk about the news in gaming. This week, my co-host, Justin.
Hi.
And low.
That's all I got.
Everyone.
Hey everybody. Welcome
Hello.
to the freebie show.
Hey, everybody.
So this week we'll be talking about video games and news, surprisingly. I know, you clicked on the thing that said video game news, and we're going to talk about video game news.
Oh.
Justin's just
There
giving
are
me this
viewers.
look. He's just like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
We have a very educated audience, Thomas. They don't need your crap.
They're sophisticated. Gosh darn it.
Yeah. And I just graduated college, so I don't need your crap either.
He's got degrees, man.
Like, no joke, behind the
I have my
monitor that you
graduation
guys
cake.
are on, I have like a thing that
okay.
says I'm a staff member for the Excalibur, which was our newsletter at university.
Oh.
I don't know why it's there. Let me take a look at it real quick.
That's actually a hotel.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
I actually had a little anecdote. So, like I said, I went to graduation last weekend. That's why I wasn't here. And I hadn't been on campus for like probably a year and a half or so. Cute. And so I parked and like walked towards like the auditorium to go to graduation. And I walked past like what used to be just like a blank empty building. I think it was probably like a gym locker room or something.
Mhm.
And now it's apparently an esports lodge.
What?
No way.
Yeah, my small like community. Well, it's not a community college, but it's not like a big university or anything either. My small college has an esports team apparently,
That's
That's-
crazy.
and I'm
Kinda
kind of
cool.
jealous. Like I never knew about that, and now I'm gone. So like I'm not good at games anyway, but
That's
I would
still
have at
really
least
cool,
liked to
though.
like see it or something.
Yeah. Huh.
But yeah, so that was kind of
I
interesting.
wonder if they have a Twitch channel or something. That'd be sweet. That'd be kind of
I
cool
don't
to
know.
check out.
I'll do
Man.
some research on it. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was surprising.
That sounds right.
Our university used to have like a gigantic like arcade and like pool table area and like
Mhm.
LAN gaming area. And by the time I went to the university, they took all that out and they put up like a pharmacy and a bubble tea shop.
Oh.
Ugh.
And I was
That's
super
the worst
depressed.
replacement for cool things.
It was so sad because like they just kept like the little concession area where they sold bubble tea, and then like put in a crappy pharmacy.
Get some bubble tea while you wait for your pills, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Such bullshit. I'm so mad about that. Yeah. Yeah. It says I'm a member of the Excalibur staff starting on February 3rd, 2010. So
It's cool that they gave you a certificate.
yeah, it's been sitting there for I guess 7 years until I took it down. So video-
That news now.
Yeah, but that news though, Stardew's getting a new update.
Yeah,
It's not
Ooh.
the multiplayer update yet.
I know.
But the some things that they're going to be adding into this new update is a new town event for the winter, a new type of collection that you can start in the winter. Signs could be display any item on them now. More outdoor decorations, more NPC events, and a way to respect professions, which is interesting because I totally forgot about the whole specking thing in the game.
I don't really know what most of this stuff means. Like, I'm curious about the new event because it's kind of weird. Like, if you played years worth of this game, like in game time, I mean, and then suddenly just like a new holiday pops up, like that would be kind of jarring,
I've declared a
Um,
new holiday.
right? But good news, everyone. But the new type of collection, I don't even know what that means. Like a new thing to collect,
Yeah.
like just a new foraging item or something, or like.
I
What?
assume it would be like a new type of thing to collect, like new items.
Yeah, and then like new NPC events. I'm not sure if that means something where like maybe there's more NPCs that you can like, woo, or if it's just like as you get friendship up. Like I assume it's specifically things like as you raise your friendship, there's like new things that happen. But it seems like all that was pretty full. So it's just kind of strange. Like there's not more details. Obviously, this was a tweet, so it's not that big a deal. But
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of confusing. And
Well,
then Yeah, respec professions. I don't know what that means at all.
Okay,
What are
so if you play Stardew long enough, you'll and level up your character enough, you'll get you'll get to choose between two different things. So, for example, farming.
Oh yeah, okay.
I chose animals instead of like crops for more yielding or whatever, and I think I made a poor decision there because I ended up doing more farming than herding. But you'll be able to respect that stuff, so that's cool.
Yeah, that's really handy. Although it could potentially be a little broken because if you like, do one thing a lot and then like stop doing that thing, respec, like to focus on what you want to do, and then stop doing that thing, respec, and go back to what like if you change that seasonally, that could be an issue. But I assume there's some kind of, like experience you have to spend to do this or something like that.
Possibly,
it's not just something you can do freely, probably.
Sure, I would take that because there's a couple of things I would like to respec in that game.
Yeah, same.
So
but I also don't plan to get back into it till multiplayer comes out. So
yeah, I'm playing Destiny, so
so we know.
Yeah. Let's see here. Psychonauts 2 has been delayed until after 2018.
Womp womp.
Bummer.
In a production update on the crowdfunded sequels, Fig Page, Double Fine said the studio is now in full production mode. As such, the team has a better handle on the game's size, scope, and ultimately how long the development will take. They originally thought to launch this in 2018, but decided to delay it until after then.
It's already like been in, some form of production for like 10 years, so what's another year?
I think about maybe 5 of
true.
those years have just been rattling around inside Tim Schafer's brain.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because like it wasn't serious production until they actually did the Fig campaign and stuff. What, like 3 years ago, something like that?
Yeah.
But he's wanted to make a sequel since the original came out. It just didn't sell that well, and so it took like a few re-releases before the like audience picked up for it.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks great. Like everything I've seen from it looks great, and I want to play it.
I
I liked the first one, but I kind of fell off it because like some of the camera controls and stuff like that. But, like a modern version of that sounds really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like that he's been able to get one of his buddies, Jack Black, in the game. That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, they worked on so much stuff together. It's really not surprising. But
Yeah. It's neat.
still.
Yeah.
I got some weird audio bug in my earphones. Crap.
Crap. I was gonna say Babelfish. The thing from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh,
The thing that they like, is it a Babelfish? I think it's a Babelfish.
it's been forever.
It like goes into your ear and can translate everything.
Sure.
It's like a little bug thing, but I think it's called the Babelfish. I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's
I
not
think it's
important.
gone
Move
now.
on.
Yeah, it's gone.
Cool.
All right, so that's Psychonauts. Stardew's gone. Take-Two is opening up a private division for... Or no, it's called Private Division, but they're opening up a foundation or formation for indie studios or indie publishing called Private Division. Take-Two's initial lineup of Private Division games are all made by veteran game devs, many from AAA industry. It says Ancestors, the Humankind of Odyssey is from Panache Digital Games. So a whole list of here different people, ex-DICE developers, David Goldfarb, Ben Cousins, are working on an unannounced RPG from Obsidian Entertainment, led by Tim Kaine.
Which is what I'm most hyped about.
And Leonard.
Because New Vegas is my favorite Fallout game, so if they do something like in that style, that's like a kind of their version of Skyrim,
Yeah.
or something
So
like
cool.
I love it.
Yep.
Oh, if it had multiplayer.
Yeah.
They're also working on an unannounced sci-fi first-person shooter from V1 Interactive, a studio that founded by Halo co-creator Marcus Salato. So there's a lot of cool stuff here happening with this new division. Seems like Take-Two's getting into like the indie scene, or at least the AA scene, kind of like Hellblade.
Yeah.
this is a big thing though, because like you said, AA is actually becoming like a viable thing now.
Yeah.
You know, it's not all indies or AAA. It's like there's these kind of in between spaces of like, you know, moderate sized budgets and like respectable distributors, like with Take Two. I mean, they're publishing these games; they're not making them, but they're giving these smaller studios the money to make these kind of mid range games. Like I said, if they could do, you know, if Obsidian specifically, if they could do like a, you know, a Fallout or like Elder Scrolls type game, that doesn't need a huge budget. I mean,
Right.
if they use an existing engine and just kind of, you know, build the world around it, it wouldn't be like some like, exhaustive thing.
It'd mostly
But
be like
it would
assets
also be
and
really
whatnot.
successful. So I like that this is becoming more popular, but it's a little upsetting that none of these games are coming out until like mid 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Takes time to make games, apparently.
Well, yeah, but who knows how long these have been in development? I mean, this is a lot of games like
Yeah.
currently in development. I assume they were independent, and Take Two just bought the distribution rights for them, or the publishing rights for them.
Hmm.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, you know, keep working on the game you've been working on, but here's twice the budget.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, some of these may have been, you know, already like well into production and whatnot. So who knows? Like we might. That'd be cool if we can see some before 2019.
Mhm.
It
I'd
seems
say like
to-
E3 2018 will probably get some looks at a few of them at least.
Yeah, yeah, that can be exciting for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited about so AA games have been gone for like almost all of the 360 era, or not all of it, but like for a majority of it. It's just nice to see that kind of budget of a game come back.
Yeah,
Like any
I think
games-
they got a bad rep during like the early days of 3D because like that was a big thing in like the GameCube PS2 era.
Uh-huh.
Kind of the third party, you know, like multi-platform games that were just okay,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it was so hard to develop for 3D back then. Like they didn't quite get it. So like you'd get some games with really good potential, but like terrible, you know, cameras and like awkward controls, and they didn't like work very well across multi-plat, things like that.
Mhm.
But now you can use like something like an Unreal or Unity to build your game off of, and it's already a solid foundation. You're just creating the world and stuff. And the licensing fees for those are like marginal compared to like creating your own engine and having it be kind of wonky and working all the stuff out. So
Right,
I think that's
right.
why we're seeing an influx, is because of all these new tools that people can use to create their games out of on a much smaller budget.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
Moving from there, we've got some Harry Potter news. Did you want to talk about your Harry Potter game?
Yes, I thought you were going to do it last week, but I'm glad you didn't.
We
'Cause I want to.
We saved it for you.
I know, but it came out last week. But yeah, there's a new. Actually, I think there's supposed to be a couple Harry Potter games coming. They're like kind of expanding that universe out. But this one specifically is like a. It sounds like it's just a mobile RPG, like kind of a life sim RPG type thing.
That's what it says right there in the title: Harry Potter Mobile RPG.
No, I know, but like, sass.
It's the season, man. It gets to me. I'm always
But
like,
it's like, it didn't really give much more information, but like, what I picture offhand was on the GBA, I think it was the GBA, some of the early Harry Potter movie games were like, on console, you know, they were big, like, not open world platformers, but stop smirking at me. Not open world platformers, but like kind of, you know, almost like Zelda type, like adventure games where you get new powers and stuff as you go. But on the handhelds, they were RPGs, like turn-based RPGs, where like the magic and stuff you get is like, you know, your character's skills. And I actually really liked those. Like they played a little slow, and some of the puzzle elements and stuff were kind of awkward because of just like the graphical abilities of them. But I would love to see something like that with a more social aspect. So like, you know, you can run around and like the other people around you, like not necessarily a live game, but the other people around you are like, you know, friends that you've made. So they're just kind of like idle NPCs in your game, and you can like go up to them and they can like leave messages for you and stuff, but you're not actively playing together. And then like you're, you know, running around using magic, whatever. I don't know what the gameplay would be, but I just think the mobile idea of that in a social realm could be really cool in a Harry Potter world. And this isn't the AR game that Niantic is making. This is a different one. So I know there's at least 2 Harry Potter mobile games coming.
Cool.
I'm probably more excited about this than the Niantic game, just because that's just going to be, Pokemon Go with a Harry Potter skin. Just like Pokemon Go was Ingress with a Pokemon skin. So like, there's not going to be anything new there except for how it functions, like with the casting spells at monsters instead of throwing balls at Pokemon. Like, it's going to be the same, but the potential for this sounds good, even though we don't really know that much more about it. But I just want more Harry Potter stuff. I've said that before, but I still want it.
All right, and the last news story for today is a No Man's Sky story.
Yeah, that's still happening.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see the community like actually sticking with the game and making up their own fun with it. So this is a pretty lengthy story. Essentially, what the No Man's Sky community has done is they've built out like a federation. So there's these different classes of civilizations, of pockets of civilizations all across the universe. And some of them like built up their own communities and their own like they said their own cultures and governments, which is so weird.
Especially since this isn't a multiplayer game, technically.
There's no multiplayer in it really. There's like farms and stuff that you can go and visit and like help out, I think, a little bit. Because they had that update where you could actually see other people, but you can't interact with them.
So weird.
Yeah, it's such a weird game. So
It really is.
coming into later this month, they're going to celebrate Unification Day. It's supposed to bring all the different civilizations and online communities together and celebrate in essentially their version of the Olympics. And one of the guys there said that it's like a kind of like some of the events that they're going to have is unfair because it doesn't go well with some of the other planets. And one of the people of the Federation was kind of egging them both on, trying to get them to fight, like not like basically fight each other. And essentially,
because there was some existing tensions, and he's like, I can milk these.
Yeah, because drama's always fun, right? So yeah, eventually he ended up pushing them to intergalactic war, where the civilizations were basically taking over each other's farms and their worlds and stuff. And once you make a farm once you make a base next to another base, the other base goes away essentially, and it's like wiped off the face of the planet. So
savage.
So they like essentially one of the civilization was wiped out, and they were forced to leave like that system and go to a different system.
So savage.
It's so screwed up that they were able to have a war without like any real multiplayer in this game, like an intergalactic war.
The coldest of cold.
The coldest of cold. Yeah.
Oh boy.
So yeah, it says here that they've ended up like resolving it, and they're actually going to get together for a Unification Day, which is December 30th. Yeah, it's so wild to me that players were able to like grief each other without physically coming into contact with them. This is essentially it's griefing.
Yeah.
This is internet warfare, essentially.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's like instead of actually like killing the people themselves, they just take over all of the inhabitable land and then prevent the enemy from going to it.
Yeah.
So it's like they have to leave the region. Like it's genius, but it's also kind of sociopathic.
Yeah, just a little bit. Oh boy. Man, I can't even still get this game to run on my computer. Like every couple of months I'll install it and like, oh, I wonder if No Man's Sky is working. I'm like, nope, still not working. Uninstall. Wow.
I've been able to get
it's a weird game.
Fine. But I also have a beefy ass computer though. So my dad actually just got a graphics card, the 1060, but he got it on like some kind of weird payment plan. So like
Huh.
Hmm.
He has to pay like a certain amount of money like for 6 months. He basically leased out a graphics card, which is insane to me.
Wow.
That is very interesting.
What he should do is use that graphics card to mine Bitcoin,
Oh,
make way more money than the actual graphics card costs, and then in 6 months, like pay it off and sell it, and use the money he got from Bitcoin to buy an even better graphics card.
How's that for a gameplay loop?
Yeah.
I don't even understand how Bitcoin works. Like,
Yeah,
how do you even get money out of that? Like, do you sell it to other people that want to buy Bitcoins? Then you actually have a good currency?
It's supposed to be an economy. I don't want to get into Bitcoin right now, but it's supposed to be an economy where like you can actually pay for things using Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But because it's volatility, a lot of places have like not made it eligible to use like for payment. Like I think PayPal got rid of it.
Yeah.
Steam got rid of it. Things like that. So like it's really hard to actually transfer into real money. So essentially now it's a status symbol, but it's worth so much money that status has its own worth.
That's so weird.
But really, the only way to get Bitcoin is either to buy it, like, buy into the market, which it's kind of like stocks where, you have to pay however much for that exchange.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, a Bitcoin's worth like anywhere from 8,000 to 16,000, depending on what minute you check. And the other way is to mine it, which is what the Bitcoin, miners do. And that's essentially like going into the blockchains. And like for every blockchain you generate, you get like a fraction of that. So if you and I don't know how that part actually works, like the processing of it. I know it's essentially like a computer program because it's constantly being generated. There's no gold standard for it or anything like there is actual money.
Yeah.
It's just on an honor system basically, so it could all collapse in a second, and probably will. But hey, invest in it, whatever. But yeah, so for every let's say 100 blockchains that are generated into the wild, those miners get like 1 Bitcoin. These numbers are correct, but this is the idea. So you're basically like, instead of actually making money off of the work you're doing, you're just kind of like pocketing, 1 out of 100 for yourself, and that's kind of how you like earn revenue doing this.
Okay.
So the people that are burning graphics cards to earn Bitcoin, they're making money. Like, it's worth the burning. Not as much anymore. I think we've talked about this before on Charged Up, I want to say. It's not worth as much anymore as it used to be, but it's kind of had another surge lately. It was kind of averaging out pretty low, and then for some reason it jumped up, I think because people started learning about it, and it became a cool thing to get. So now, the masses are in Bitcoin, which like jacks up the value of it quite a bit. And there's also other cryptocurrencies that are kind of, coming in to compete with it, so that changes the economy around it, and like it's a whole thing. It's more complicated than it needs to be.
The last time I heard about Bitcoin, there was like a local news story on the TV, and this old lady was trying to pay her rent with Bitcoin, and she ended up getting like arrested for not paying her rent. It was it was so crazy. I'm like, yeah, Bitcoin seems kind of useless. Like, I don't see how it has any worth.
It's a great thing. Like I said, it's like stocks. It's a great thing to hold on to, and then when it gets so high, you just sell it.
Right.
Because like there's places, wherever you get Bitcoin, you can sell it there. You just can't like use it to buy things right now, because like I said, so many places have closed it off because of the volatility of its price.
Okay.
And the high, there's really high exchange rates, because like it takes so long to actually finish a transaction with Bitcoin that the price changes by the time the transaction's over. So they have like majorly high fees to actually do any transaction with it that ends up making it not worth really buying anything with it anyway. So most people just hold on to it because it's too expensive to actually, sell it out. So it's kind of silly.
Okay.
Yeah. The whole reason I learned about or heard about Bitcoin in the first place is just how it affects GPU prices and stuff. And it was funny. I was showing my buddy my PC build the other day, and he was like, "Oh, you got 2 graphics cards in there. Oh, you're gonna mine Bitcoin?" I'm like, "No, I like games."
You like taking pictures of games?
Yeah.
Yes, I play every so often.
You should just like do like no clip mode and then disable HUD and just fly around taking screenshots.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually a story that I didn't know if I wanted to talk about because I didn't read up on it too much. But Crytek's doing their own cryptocurrency now,
What?
so people can buy stuff in Warface.
What?
Yeah, it's so weird. Like video game
Weird.
developers are getting into it.
Wait, isn't that like that? Wait, isn't that just like a free to play thing though? Like
Yeah.
they have their own, like every free to play game has their own type of currency in the
Yeah,
game, right?
this is the Cry Cash.
Eh.
Yeah, they're making their
There's
own
another
cryptocurrency.
there's another cryptocurrency out there called CryptoKitty,
Oh, okay.
and it actually like it works like it's not so much a currency as in you can like do it like Bitcoin or whatever. As far as I understand, you basically go to like a website, and as you like buy this CryptoKitty, it pulls up like digital like custom created cats on this site. So like every single one of them is unique, and they'll have different things. Like one will be gray with a mustache, one will be like orange with a little top hat, things like that. And as people like, if you like share your link out, where it's like, hey, get some CryptoKitty and I'll benefit too. It's like if they get CryptoKitty from your link, the CryptoKitties they get will look like kind of generations removed from yours. So it's like they basically get the kittens from your CryptoKitty. And you can like go to the site anytime you want and like see your specific CryptoKitties and like share them around places. And like I guess they built this to kind of be like a social thing, like turning the idea of cryptocurrency into a social thing and like actually make a game around it and stuff. So it's literally more of like a virtual currency, unlike Bitcoin. But like that's the future, like games around cryptocurrency.
Interesting.
You thought microtransactions were bad.
Oh boy.
This is a game just about like spending your money to play the game, essentially, quote unquote.
Wow.
It's weird.
The future is cryptocurrency.
But also, I kind of want to see what
It
these
is.
CryptoKitties look like.
Yeah.
I never looked it up. I just heard about it.
All right. I think that's it for the news. There's no other news stories we have.
Yeah.
For this week.
Sorry, it's like 3 days before Christmas. There's nothing.
PUBG hit 1.0. I haven't tested it out yet.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But that's out. So go nuts.
Go nuts.
I actually think it's bigger than the base game is. And so I have like 2 things of PUBG that I don't really play either one of them. And they take up like over 20 gigs.
20 gigs, yeah.
So now that it's in
20
1.0,
gigs.
I might delete the test server. But
Oh,
I feel like they're going
Go
to
ahead
keep
and do
using
that.
that for new features.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I need to play some PUBG. I don't know when though, because Destiny has my heart, has my soul, has everything. It's my life.
Has your dick in a vice.
Just can't run fast enough, Barry. Can't run fast enough.
Unlike a dick in a vice, Destiny doesn't hurt me.
Doesn't it?
I guess sitting in front of a computer for 8 hours is not healthy.
Yeah, and your eyes are probably strained.
Mm.
You're probably not hydrating enough. Like,
Well,
there's things.
now that I have that mini fridge, I'm hydrated all the time.
Oh, that's good.
Monster doesn't count. We're talking about like H2O hydration.
This is H2O. If you did not know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I
No, it's
also
just straight
I
vodka.
have like 8 monsters in the fridge as well. So
Well, that's why I said what I said.
He knows you better than you know yourself.
all right, guys, that's gonna be the show for today. Thanks all for listening. You can check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, anywhere you can find podcasts. You can rate us there, subscribe, so you don't miss a show. Where can the lovely people find you, Justin?
I'm at Zero Score on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. I don't know why I always act like there's more. There's not.
There's always-
Move on.
And you guys can find me at Nero the Hero on Twitter. That's N3R0, THEH3R0. You can also find me on YouTube, Nero the Hero, all with letters. And of course, you can find me here on Shard Shot with these fine gentlemen.
You can find me, your host Thomas, on Twitter at CSG Thomas on Twitter. You can also find me here at chartshot.com. You can also email me, Thomas at chartshot.com.
Ooh,
Just, speed ran that
the
plug,
fastest man
huh?
alive, Barry.
That was fast, Barry. You are fast enough. You can do it, Barry.
Oh, and until then, guys, enjoy your games.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
And